Good afternoon and welcome to Omaha. We've got second round tournament action here in the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament between the 4th-seeded Michigan State Spartans and the 12th-seeded Yale Bulldogs. Yale coming off the upset win over Louisville, and Michigan State advancing after a win over Vermont. Tip is up, and here come the Spartans. Aaron Henry with it on the wing. The 6'6 sophomore out of Indianapolis. Feeds Xavier Tillman up top. Over to Rocket Watts to Cassius Winston. Winston for three, knocking it down. Winston had 38 in the win over Vermont and picks up right where he left off by knocking down a triple to get it started for the Spartans. Azar Swain, he had a good game in their last one, feeds Atkinson, and Atkinson puts it in. Paul Atkinson, 10 points and 21 boards in the win over Louisville. Winston to Watts for three. And he knocks it down from the corner. Rocket Watts. The freshman is not afraid to shoot it. But he struggled in their last one, going 4 of 16 from the field. But starts out 1 for 1 with the triple there. Gabadon, the leading scorer in the last game for Yale, has been really good down the stretch for them. He feeds it. They swing it. 3-ball coming. No good, and Cassius Winston brings down the board. And Michigan State looking to run. It's Malik Hall inside. Can't finish it, though. Rebound brought in by Jalen Gabadon. Gabadon on the drive. Gets it stripped and stolen by Aaron Henry. And here come the Spartans looking to run. It's Henry to Winston, who drives in and goes up with it and can't finish. Jordan Bruner. Just 2 points in their last one, but 19 rebounds. Another miss for Yale. Slow start for the Bulldogs here. Henry to Malik Hall. Hall inside. Nice finish there by the freshman Malik Hall. So Michigan State jumps out to an 8-2 early lead. The swing and the 3-ball by Gabadon is good from deep. Jalen Gabadon. Averaged less than 6 points a game throughout the course of the regular season, but has been really good in our Live Sim Sports Tournament so far. Michigan State will retain possession after that one was knocked out of bounds. Just over 2.5 minutes into this one, it's Michigan State 8, Yale 5. Rocket Watts with it. Gets the screen, drives, fakes the shot, and feeds it to Hall. Now Winston with it outside. Cassius Winston for three. Another one! Cassius Winston! And the senior All-American putting Michigan State on his back early. Gabadon off the screen to the bucket, and he finishes. Jalen Gabadon again. He's got 5 already. Winston with it. To Aaron Henry, down inside Tillman. Tillman goes up off the glass. No, rebound Atkinson. Yale looking to push. Monroe gets by Winston, goes up and in off the glass. Yale trying to hang around here, see if they can pull the upset and advance into the Sweet 16 as a double-digit seed. Henry throwing the lob, and it's knocked away by Atkinson. And here come the Bulldogs. Monroe to the bucket, and he ties it up. Rocket Watts with it. Screen comes. Watts feeds Tillman. Over to Cassius Winston. And they swing it around. Henry to Watts. Winston driving. Tough floater. No. Off the back iron. And Bruner brings it down for the Bulldogs. Yale looking to take the first lead of the night here. Gabadon with it. And they feed it over to Swain. Azar Swain. Inside. Monroe can't get the roll, and Xavier Tillman brings it down. Malik Hall. Working. Little spin, and then he pulls it back out. Cassius Winston with it up top, and they look to set something up. Shot clock at 5, and Monroe knocking it away. Winston from way deep. No. And Swain brings it down for the Bulldogs. Monroe with it up the floor quick, and it's knocked away, but then Bruner recovers, and he can't finish the layup. He's got a tough matchup on him tonight with Xavier Tillman inside, and Atkinson as well with Tillman, because Tillman is a defensive stopper for the Spartans. Cassius Winston at the elbow. Feeds Henry. Henry working on Gabadon. Kicks it. Cassius. Long two. No. Rattles out. And it's Gabadon for the Bulldogs. Up the floor. Azar Swain laying it up and in. And Yale's got their first lead of the night. At 13-11. Timeout, Michigan State. Tom Izzo wants to talk it over, as he does not like what he's seeing early defensively from the Spartans. 14-11 to play in the first half. It's Yale 13, Michigan State 11. Now Malik Hall gets it into Tillman. Henry with it. Same 5 on the floor for Michigan State. Winston's got it. Screen comes from Tillman. Winston double teamed, and he can't get the bounce. Here's our Swain with it now. Driving. And laying it up and in over the double team, including Xavier Tillman. And Azar Swain puts Yale up by 4. Winston feeds Tillman. Tillman spins off the glass and in. Nice post move and finish there by Xavier Tillman. But nonetheless, Yale has been playing really well. But now James Jones would like a timeout, leading by 2. And here we go, out of the timeout. Wyatt Yes is checked in for the Bulldogs. The swing to the corner to Atkinson to Matthew Cotton, who is also just checked in. Gabadon with it, guarded by Kyle Arns, who's checked in for the Spartans. Gabadon to the bucket, off the glass, no. Rebound Tillman, and here come the Spartans looking to push. Aaron Henry. And he will slow it down and give it to Winston, who will reset. Guarded by August Mahoney. And then Winston throws it away. And here comes Yale on the other end. Gabadon pulls it up and knocks it down. Jalen Gabadon with 7 already. And Yale leads at 17-13. Tillman on the elbow. Facing up Atkinson. Dribbles in and feeds Watts. Watts inside. Winston off the backdoor cut. Lays it up and in. Nice look there from Rocket Watts to Cassius Winston, the Detroit connection between the freshman and the senior. Atkinson on the outside, guarded by Tillman. To August Mahoney. Shot clock at 5. Mahoney pulls a contested 3, and it's no good. Rebound Kyle Arns. Here come the Spartans. Arns looking to push. Driving inside, backing down Mahoney, and laying it up and in off the glass. Nice play there by the senior from Versailles, Ohio. And Mahoney gets it knocked away, but he gets it back. Gavidan with it. 1:30 till the media timeout here. Feed Atkinson. Atkinson. Fade away. No. Rebound comes down to Aaron Henry of Michigan State. Henry has been all over the glass tonight. Gets it up to Rocco Watts. Screen comes. Watts driving. Into the double team. Goes up and gets it rejected by Atkinson. Yale pushing. Lobbing, and Henry snatches it down. Matthew Cotton was going to throw that thing down, but Henry snatched it out of the air. Michigan State with a small lineup here, but it seems to be working, and Watts knocking in a triple from the top of the key. That's 6 points now for Rocket Watts, and Michigan State has retaken the lead with a 7-0 run. Atkinson to Gavidan. Inside, no. And Kyle Arms brings it down for the Spartans, and they look to push. Winston up ahead, laying it up and in. Make it a 9-0 run for the Spartans, and a 5-point lead. Gavidan. Dribbling it around. Less than a second difference between the shot and game clock here before the media timeout. Gavidan with it. Gets a screen. Pulls the three. And knocks it down with 1.1 on the clock before the media timeout. And that is going to do it here for the first part of the first half. Michigan State goes into the media timeout leading it 22-20. And here we are for the rest of the first half here in what has been a good one so far and promises to be a good finish down the stretch between 4th-seeded Michigan State and 12th-seeded Yale. August Mahoney working on Foster Lawyer, who has just checked into the game for the first time. And they get to Gavidan off a screen, and he knocks in another triple. Jalen Gavidan. If Yale can make a deep run, Gavidan's got a chance to be a tournament legend here in the first live sim sports tournament, as he has been absolutely dominant. Tillman inside, can't finish. Bruner brings down the board. August Mahoney with it. Driving, layup, no, rebound. Bruner with the offensive board and the finish. And Yale has a 3-point lead now. Rocket Watts now bringing the ball up the floor. Inside, he feeds Tillman. Tillman going up, swatted by Bruner. Now August Mahoney with it. Gets the screen, kicks. Matthew Cotton all alone, and he knocks in the triple. Quick timeout, Michigan State, an 8-0 run in just a minute 10 out of the media timeout, and Yale has stretched the lead to 6. And Malik Hall will bring it up for Michigan State. Gets the screen. Hall kicking. Tillman for three. Good. Xavier Tillman knocking in the triple. He's got a little bit of range, as he showed hitting a three in the last game, and now hitting one right there. A big bucket for Michigan State. August Mahoney to the glass. No. And Xavier Tillman brings down the board. Good help defense there by Tillman. And now Foster Loyer bringing it up. He gets the screen. Got Mahoney on him. Looks inside to Tillman with Matthew Cotton on him. And Tillman spins and banks it home. So 5 quick points for the junior out of Grand Rapids. And it's 28-27 Yale now. Mahoney. Over to Gabadon. Bruner with it. Top of the key, feeds Mahoney. Screen comes. And they can't really get anything going, though. Cotton gets the screen. He gets to the bucket, goes up. No good. Rocket Watts brings it down, and the Spartans are looking to push again. And up ahead, Kyle Arns throwing down the slam. And now a 7-0 run for Michigan State. And James Jones calls a timeout. And Michigan State has retaken the lead, 29-28. .7:32 to play in the first half here. And here come the Bulldogs. Monroe bringing it up. He's just checked back into the game, guarded by Foster Loyer. Inside off the give and go, and Eric Monroe lays it up and in to put the Bulldogs back on top. Here's our Swain with the assist there. Foster Loyer to Tillman inside. Tillman working in the post. Going up with the short little hook. No. Rebound. He gets his own board. Goes back up with it blocked. And Hall grabs it. And Michigan State will reset. Shot clock at 6. Loyer driving. He lost the ball, and Gabadon comes up with it for Yale. He's looking to push. Nice crossover, and then pulls up on a dime, but can't get the mid-range jumper to go, and Rocket Watts will slow it down. Now feeds Foster Loyer. Loyer driving off the screen to the bucket, and a nice finish there from Foster Loyer. And Jalen Gabadon with it. Screen comes to Bruner for three. Good! Jordan Bruner knocking down the triple. And Yale takes a 2-point lead. Malik Hall bringing it up. And Michigan State will use another timeout. So with 6:11 to play in the first half, it's Yale 33, Michigan State 31. And here we go. Thomas Kithier will inbound for the Spartans, the first time he's checked into this game. Xavier Tillman with it, and he feeds Rocket Watts. Over to Cassius Winston, who's back in the game. Back to Watts. Watts on the drive, lays it up, and can't get the roll, but Xavier Tillman comes down with it. Feeds Winston. And Winston resets. Shot clock at 8. Over to Aaron Henry. Henry driving. Lays it up and can't finish it. Wyatt, yes, brings down the board. Gabadon bringing it up the floor. Pulls the mid-range. No, and Xavier Tillman comes down with the board. Now here's Winston. Picked up by Eric Monroe at the three-point line. Doesn't use the screen. Drives, gets inside, and then has to kick it back out there as it got congested in the lane. But Aaron Henry for three, no. Off the back iron. And Bruner grabs it for Yale. Here's our Swain. Picked up by Henry. Good defense there by Aaron Henry. Swain gets a screen, but can't really use it. But they've got a mismatch inside. Bruner with Cassius Winston on him. Shot clock at 5, and he fades away and misses. didn't even go in to Winston, even though he had an 8-inch advantage on it. Now Winston driving. Short jumper, no. Rebound Wyatt, yes. Wyatt, yes, with Winston on him. He goes into him and can't finish off the glass, but Bruner grabs the board and puts it in. Yale up 35-31 with 4:28 to go in the first half. Rocket Watts, nice crossover. Oh, and a snatch back. Nice move, gets inside, laying it up and in. Rocket Watts finishing in traffic after some nice dribble moves to get inside. And James Jones will use a timeout here with 4:08 to play in the first half. It's Yale 35, Michigan State 33. And it's Atkinson into Swain. Out of the timeout. Azar Swain. Nice little Euro step, and he fades Atkinson, who lays it up and in. And Yale is back up to a 4-point lead. Cassius Winston gets the screen. Inside, laying it up and in off the glass. He's so crafty getting to the bucket. Spartans back within 2. Just over 3.5 minutes to play in the first half. Azar Swain with it. Outside, feeds Monroe. Monroe pickpocketed by Winston. And he gets it up the floor to Rocket Watts. In the lane, blocked by Atkinson. But Watts able to get it back. And he'll look to reset for Michigan State. Winston, pick and roll and a slam for Xavier Tillman. They are arguably the best pick and roll combination in the country, and they show why right there. Azar Swain, backdoor cut, Monroe, and one! Xavier Tillman picking up the foul, and Yale gets the lead right back with the and one. Matthew Cotton checking in for Wyatt, yes. And Malik Hall checking in for Thomas Kithier. The free throw from Monroe is up and good. So yeah, leads at 40-37, 3:05 to play in the first half. Spartans working around the outside. Aaron Henry lost the ball, and it's knocked out of bounds off of the Bulldogs, so it will be Michigan State basketball. 2:52 to play in the first half. Shot clock at 11 for the Spartans, who will inbound from the side. And outside it's Henry. Screen comes from Tillman. In the lane, Henry lays it up. No. Rebound, Atkinson. And here comes Yale. Cotton over to Bruner. Working on Malik Hall. Swings it out to Monroe. Azar Swain with it. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Aaron Henry. And here come the Spartans. Cassius Winston pushing. In the lane. Feeds Malik Hall, who lays it up. No, but a foul is called on Eric Monroe. And that'll send the freshman from Aurora, Illinois, by way of Sunrise Christian Academy in Kansas, to the line for 2 free throws. August Mahoney checking in for Yale. And Hall hits both free throws. So it's 40-39. Just over 2 minutes to play in the first half, and Paul Atkinson brings it up. The Ivy League Co-Player of the Year, feeding Azar Swain. Out to Cotton. And Cotton's looking for something. Shot clock at 5. Gets the screen, drives inside, goes up, and can't finish it. And Xavier Tillman grabs down the board, and here comes Michigan State. Henry for 3 in transition. No. Rebound tipped up, and Bruner brings it down. And now Yale's looking to run. But Mahoney steps on the out-of-bounds line and turns it back over to the Spartans. Jalen Gabadon checking back in for the Bulldogs. Cassius Winston with it. Feeding Tillman. Spartans looking to take the lead back. Tillman to Henry. Henry guarded by Gabadon. Gets a screen, driving in, lays it up and in. Aaron Henry, the lefty, with a nice finish. And the Spartans take a 1-point lead here with 1:05 to play in the first half. It's Jalen Gabadon with it. Over to Cotton. The swing to Mahoney. Late in the shot clock, throws up a deep 3, no. Rebound, Cassius Winston. And here come the Spartans. Rocket Watts with it. Spartans have really clamped down on defense recently. Watts for a 3, no. Rebound comes out to Yale, and it's Jalen Gabadon bringing it up. And he goes right to the bucket. Feeding Bruner inside, no good. Rebound, Xavier Tillman. Spartans have it. 4-second difference between the shot and game clock, but they don't wait as Aaron Henry throws down the tomahawk dunk after running the baseline, and Tillman delivered a beautiful pass to Henry for the dunk. And Yale will have a chance here. Last shot of the first half, trailing 43-40. It's Gabadon dribbling, guarded by Cassius Winston. Gabadon pulling the jumper in and out, and that'll do it for the first half. It's Michigan State 43, Yale 40. We'll be back with the second half from Omaha right after the halftime show. Thank you for watching Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Halftime stats here. Xavier Tillman with 9 points and 10 boards, and near double-double. Cassius Winston leading the Spartans with 12 points. For the Bulldogs, it's Jalen Gabadon once again leading the way. He's got 13. Michigan State leading by 3, shooting 47%, but Yale shooting 46%. These are almost identical numbers from these two teams. Each team's hit 5 threes, both perfect from the free throw line. 12 assists for Michigan State, 11 for Yale. 4 offensive boards and 17 defensive for Michigan State, 3 offensive boards and 16 defensive for Yale. 3 steals apiece for each team. Yale with 4 blocks and the Spartans with none. Michigan State with 3 dunks, Yale with none. Biggest lead for each team is 6. Very identical numbers through the first half of play for these two teams. We'll be right back to the action in just a few minutes here. Even the shot chart's looking really similar for these two teams. Just one more time for the people just tuning in. Cassius Winston leads the Spartans with 12 points. Xavier Tillman with a near double-double in the first half, 9 points and 10 boards. And for the Bulldogs, it's Jalen Gavidon once again leading the way. Known as a defensive stopper, the Ivy League Co-Defensive Player of the Year, Gavidon has really stepped it up on the offensive side in this tournament. Here's some highlights for people. Cassius Winston has been lights out so far in this game for the Spartans, once again coming off 38 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, and 3 steals in their win over Vermont. Xavier Tillman showing some range and knocking in a 3, and a big dunk for the big man. Part of the reason Yale was so successful in their win over Louisville was they dominated the boards, as Paul Atkinson had 21 boards and Jordan Bruner had 19. That's 40 rebounds between two guys. This game, Tillman, the leading rebounder in the game for both teams. Freshman Watts has been playing really well for Michigan State as well. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. That was a really big play there. Aaron Henry snatching down that alley-oop. Stopped the dunk and changed the momentum in the game early in the first half. And a tomahawk slam by Henry as well. And Gavidon had some nice buckets. His shooting has just been outstanding so far in this tournament. Mid-range, from deep. He's doing it all for the Bulldogs. Eric Monroe, the senior from San Diego, making some plays. Jordan Bruner has been dominant on the glass in this tournament. He's got 7 boards already in this one. And he has announced that he is testing the NBA waters after this season. As is Paul Atkinson, who after a 21 rebound game against the Cardinals in the first round Only 3 boards so far in this one. But he's finding ways to contribute in other ways with a few blocks as well. We are just a few moments away here from the start of the second half here after our halftime show. We'll be back with more after this on Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. All right, welcome back here to Omaha for the start of the second half between 4th-seeded Michigan State and 12th-seeded Yale. The Spartans lead it 43-40 here heading in to the second half. It'll be Yale basketball to start it out. And it's Eric Monroe bringing it up. Winston, Watts, Henry, Hall, and Tillman on the floor for the Spartans. For Yale, Swain, Gabadon, Bruner, Atkinson, and Monroe. Swain missing the 3. Xavier Tillman grabbing his 11th board of the game. Tillman, back out Winston. Feeding Watts, who fakes the 3 and then goes up with it, and he can't hit it off the back iron. And Gabadon with it. Azar Swain, top of the key, gets the screen. Now Bruner's got Watts on him if they want to go to it, but they don't. They're going to give Swain another screen, and Watts able to pick back up on Swain. Swain, short jumper, no, rebound Tillman. 12 boards already for the junior big man. Winston goes right by Monroe. A little hesitation move, and Monroe's able to get back to him. But now Tillman with Azar Swain on him. Now he kicks it back out to Watts, but they could go back into Tillman. Tillman setting up. They feed Henry instead, and Hall's got it now. Shot clock at 3. Malik Hall throwing up a fadeaway. No good. And Bruner brings it down for Yale. There's our Swain. Monroe resetting. Gets the screen. Monroe driving. Feeds Bruner. Layup. No. And Tillman grabs another board. Hall to Rocket Watts. Tough shot. No, but a foul is called on Jalen Gabadon. And it's going to be Rocket Watts shooting 2. And the first free throw is up and good from Rocket Watts. The freshman out of Detroit played with potential #1 overall pick in the NBA draft, LaMelo Ball, in high school at Spire Academy, and was a highly touted recruit coming to Michigan State. Splits the free throws, though. It's 44-40 Michigan State. 18 minutes, just over 18 minutes to play in this one. Gabadon, short jumper, no. Rebound, Hall. Malik Hall bringing it up the floor himself. Feeds Winston now. Winston gets it over to Tillman, and they swing it around. Henry, guarded by Atkinson, drives, lays it up, and can't finish. Atkinson brings down the board. And here come the Bulldogs. Swain to the bucket, and it's good. 44-42, Michigan State. Watts over to Winston. Almost stepped on the half-court line, but feeds Tillman. Now Winston gets it back, gets to the bucket, and laying it up and in. Cassius Winston with 14 points to lead all scorers. Michigan State by 4. Bruner for 3. Got another one. Jordan Bruner. Rocket Watts to the bucket, and he lays it up and in. Spartans been able to get to the lane at will here to start the second half, and they lead it by 3. Monroe driving on Winston, and Winston pokes it away. Cassius Winston with the steal. Up the floor, here comes Winston. Inside. Puts it up and can't finish it though. Atkinson brings down the board. And here's Monroe over to Gabadon, guarded by Aaron Henry. Nice crossover, got some space, fading away, and knocks in the jumper. 15 for Jalen Gabadon. Once again, putting in an outstanding scoring night. And then Winston gets his pocket picked. Monroe with it. Yeah, looking to take the lead here. Atkinson over to Gabadon. To Eric Monroe. Gabadon with it for 3. No. In and out, and Malik Hall grabs the board for the Spartans. He gets it up to Winston. Winston with a behind-the-back dribble off the screen. Little floater, and it's up and in. Timeout, James Jones. Cassius Winston, you can't stop that. Beautiful behind-the-back dribble. Gets inside and floats it over Atkinson to what the Spartans up by 3 with 15:48 to go in this one. And Jalen Gabadon brings it up for Yale, trailing by 3. Aaron Henry on Gabadon. Thomas Kithier and Gabe Brown have both just checked into the game, as well as Kyle Arms for the Spartans. And Atkinson gets it in. Little miscommunication there as Kithier left Atkinson alone, and Atkinson brings it back to a 1-point game. Winston to Kithier. To Aaron Henry. Henry driving. Inside, blocked by Atkinson. And here comes Yale the other way. Azar Swain. Bulldogs looking to take the lead. Swain feeds Gabadon. Gabadon, another short jumper, and he can't get the roll. But Bruner with a putback, and Yale is back up on top by 1. Kyle Arns with it. Aaron Henry. Over to Kithier up top, and they swing around to Arms. Off the screen, Winston. Gets another screen, Winston driving, laying it up. No, but a foul on Atkinson. And that's going to send Cassius Winston, one of the best free throw shooters in the country, to the line for 2 to try and put Michigan State back ahead. Michigan State has been tested this year and have been hot at the right time. Winston knocks in the free throw. Spartans with wins at Seton Hall, at Maryland, at Penn State, and at Illinois, as well as at home against Illinois and against Michigan, and against Ohio State and Wisconsin. A lot of really good wins for the Spartans this year. And Winston sinks both free throws, and Michigan State leads at 52-51. Back and forth game here as neither team is led by more than 6. Monroe with it. Gets the screen. Dribbling around. Shot clock under 5 now. Monroe to Gabadon for 3. Not this time. And Jay Brown grabs the board for the Spartans. He's looking to push. Feeding Winston, and they reset. But they feed Kithier inside. He's got a mismatch. Goes up over Monroe and banks it home with the little hook shot there from Thomas Kithier. Azar Swain with it. Spartans by 3. Guarded by Kyle Arms. Looking to get something set up here. Monroe inside feeds Atkinson. And they swing it back out, and it's Gabadon. Screen comes. Jalen Gabadon. Nice little crossover. Getting inside. Up over Henry. No. Rebound brought down by Kithier. And the Spartans looking to run. It's Kyle Arms. Arms with it. Inside. Gets it over to Henry. Shot clock at 5. Henry slashing, then feeds Kithier, who puts it in off the glass. Nice little play there by Thomas Kithier, and a nice pass to set it up by Aaron Henry. Michigan State by 5. Monroe inside. No. Rebound, Cassius Winston. Here come the Spartans looking to push to Gabe Brown. Feeds Winston. And Winston gets it knocked away and stolen by Monroe. Monroe inside. And he has to pull back out. Good transition defense by the Spartans. Azar Swain driving. Inside Atkinson, laying it up and in. The reverse lay-in. And it's a 3-point game. Yale going to have to withstand some of these Michigan State flurries that they can throw at you. Henry with it. Gets the screen from Kithier. Henry driving. Double teamed, and Atkinson knocks it away, but Henry gets it back, lays it up, and it's blocked by Bruner. And Gabadon's got it for Yale. Azar Swain on the run. Step back, mid-range, air ball, but right into the hands of Eric Monroe, who lays it up and in. And a timeout for Michigan State with 11:58 to go in this one. 1:58 till the media timeout. It's Michigan State 56, Yale 55. And it's Michigan State inbounding. Tom Izzo, famous for his plays out of timeouts, the Hall of Famer, and we'll see what he comes up with here. Kithier with it, and a nice play there as Winston gets it. They set up a decoy screen and roll on the other side, and Winston slips to the bucket for a lay-in. 58-55, Michigan State. Azar Swain with it. The swing to Matthew Cotton for 3. Good! And Yale ties it up at 58 apiece. What a game so far between these two teams. And a foul is called there. Azar Swain trying to reach in on Cassius Winston. So Spartans will have it with 17 on the shot clock and a minute 18 till the media timeout. Kyle Arns with it, over to Henry. Had Winston inside, didn't give it to him, but instead feeds Gabe Brown. Brown with the floater, and it goes. Gabe Brown with his first points of the game. And now it's Azar Swain. Feeding Atkinson. To Matthew Cotton. Winston on. Cotton for three. No. Rebound. Aaron Henry. And here come the Spartans. Henry driving. Lost the ball, but Kithier picks it up. He's inside, got good position, but he pulls it back out. And then spins off of Atkinson. Can't finish, though. But Gabe Brown gets the board, and the Spartans will reset. Shot clock at 8. Kithier's got it. Shot clock at 5 now. Kithier throwing up a long two, in and out. And Bruner grabs down the board for Yale. They've got 6 seconds till the media timeout. Azar Swain with it. Over to Cotton. Back to Swain. Inside Atkinson. At the buzzer, no. And so at the media timeout, we've got Michigan State 60, Yale 58. We'll be back with the exciting conclusion to this one right after this on Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. And here is Rocket Watts with it for Michigan State, looking to extend the lead here. Kyle Arns. Feeds Cassius Winston. Short shot, good by Winston, and the Spartans lead by 4. Against Vermont, Cassius Winston took over the game down the stretch. We'll see if he can do it again here to help the Spartans pull away and advance into the Sweet 16. Gavanon missed. Bruner putback is up and good. And it's a 2-point game again. Cassius Winston with it to Kyle Arns. Inside Tillman. Tillman goes up with it, puts it up. No. And Atkinson grabs down the board. Cotton. Over to Swain. Azar Swain with it. Now it's Gavanon. Inside Atkinson. Layup. No. Rebound. Tillman. Henry looked like he might have got away with a travel there. And now it's Rocket Watts. Over to Tillman. On the elbow. Facing up Bruner. Feeding Watts for 3. No. Rattles out. And Atkinson grabs the board. Now it's Gavanon. Picked up by Rocket Watts. Screen comes. And Gavanon into the lane. Going up with it and in and out. Tillman grabbing another board. Spartans looking to push again. Kyle Arns with it. And he will slow it down. Then inside feeds Henry to Rocket Watts. Tough shot, no, but a foul is called on Atkinson. And that's going to send Rocket Watts to the line for 2 free throws here. Eight minutes and 20 seconds left in this one. And this is anybody's game here. A trip to the Sweet 16 of the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament on the line. And Rocket Watts hits the first. Second free throw is coming. Watts knocks in the second one as well. Winner of this game will take on the winner of Kansas and Florida, which is coming up right after this. Monroe with it. Michigan State by 4. 8 minutes to go. Monroe, three-pointer, no. Rebound comes down to Tillman. And Rocket Watts up the floor for the Spartans. Tillman, jumper, no. Rebound, Bruner. We've seen that Tillman can make those, but up the floor and a slam by Matthew Cotton. And here's Cassius Winston, 7:30 to go. Tillman with it. Feeding Aaron Henry, and they're swinging around its arms. Orange with a jumper, no. Rebound, Tillman, and the putback is good. A double-double for Xavier Tillman. Jalen Gavin on to Bruner. Monroe with it. Foul called on Cassius Winston on a reach, and that's going to bail out Yale. As Monroe had to throw something up with 2.8 seconds left, but instead they're going to get 14 on the shot clock again. Bruner with it. Gets it knocked away out of bounds with 4.4 on the shot clock. And it'll be Yale basketball. Malik Hall checking into the game for Kyle Arms. Atkinson. And they swing around. Gavin, no good. Rebound, Rocket Watts. Now inside, a slam by Tillman off the pass from Henry. And the Spartans are up 6 with 6 minutes to go. Cotton for three. Good. It rattles in, and that is a big triple for Yale. Now Cassius Winston with it. Driving, short jumper, good. Cassius Winston. And the Spartans take a 5-point lead, 70-65, with 5:35 to play in this one. The feed inside, stolen by Tillman. And here come the Spartans looking to run. It's Henry. Back out to Xavier Tillman, and they slow it down. Rocket Watts with it to Winston. Screen comes. Winston, short jumper, no. Rebound, Tillman, and the putback is good. Spartans lead it by 7 now, with just over 5 minutes to play. Michigan State looking to pull away in this one. Rocket Watts guarding Monroe. Cotton with it. Matthew Cotton. Feeds inside Bruner. He's got a mismatch. They double and get it to Cotton. Cotton jumper. No. Rebound. Henry. And here come the Spartans. Aaron Henry. Feeding Watts over to Winston. Screen comes. Winston jumper. No. Rebound. Atkinson. And here comes Yale. 4:30 to go, trailing by 7. Biggest lead of the game for Michigan State. Gavin with it. Had Cotton on a backdoor, but didn't see him. Working on Aaron Henry. Over to Bruner and back to Monroe. Shot clock under 5. Monroe's going to have to throw one up from the logo. And he does, and it's no good off the back iron. Rebound comes out to Cassius Winston. But he gets his pocket picked from behind by Gavin. And Bruner with it, guarded by Malik Hall. Out to Monroe. Eric Monroe with it, guarded by Winston, and they swing it around. Gavin for three. Off the back iron, rebound Tillman. Jalen Gavin has gone cold at the absolute worst moment for Yale. Winston to the bucket, off the glass and in. And the Spartans lead it by 9 with just over 3.5 minutes to play. Gavin inside. Bruner, no, but a foul on Malik Hall, and it's going to send Jordan Bruner to the line for 2 huge free throws for the Bulldogs with 3:26 to play in a 9-point game. Second round action here at the Live Sim Sports Tournament. Winner advances to the Sweet 16 next week. Free throw is up and good from Bruner, the first one. Bruner with a chance to make it a 7-point game here with this free throw. And it is up and good. So it's Michigan State 74, Yale 67. Rocket Watts with it. To Tillman. Tillman on the elbow. He's got that range, but doesn't take it. Tries to get to Winston inside. He does, and one! Cassius Winston. Eric Monroe cannot believe the call. And Winston will go to the line to try and make it a 10-point game. Azar Swain just checked in for Yale, but they're going to have their work cut out for him here as Winston sinks the free throw to put the Spartans up double digits with 3:15 to go. Eric Monroe over to Azar Swain. To Atkinson. Back to Swain. Swain with the drive. The shot and the foul is called on Tillman. And it's going to send Azar Swain to the line. That's what you like if you're Yale, because now you got a chance to knock in 2 free throws with the clock not running. That's why they always say late in games, if you're up, you cannot afford to foul. Swain at the line. The All-Ivy League first-team guard. Knocks in the first free throw. This place is loud in Omaha. Spartan fans travel well and have shown that in this game. Second free throw is good as well. Winner advances to Indianapolis next week. Cassius Winston. Dribbles in. Nice little crossover. Got himself some space, but didn't take the shot. Slowing it down. Shot clock down to 7 now. He gets the screen. Feeds Tillman inside. Tillman goes into Atkinson and finishes anyway. And the lead is back up to 10 for Michigan State. 17 points for Xavier Tillman. Tillman struggled mightily against Vermont, but has really turned it on in this game. Gabadon with the floater. And it's an 8-point game. Jalen Gabadon's got 17. Yale has hung around and made this one close, but they're going to need some stops here if they want to come back in this one. Watts to the bucket. Short jumper. Good. Rocket to Watts. Gabadon bringing it up. Yale needs a sense of urgency here. They've got to go. Gabadon. Dribbling into the lane. Mid-range jumper, no. Rebound, Tillman, and Michigan State's going to slow it down. With 1:40 to play here. 10-point game. Michigan State looks like they are set to advance into the Sweet 16 of this tournament and head to Indianapolis for the next round. Malik Hall pulls the jumper. No. Azar Swain grabs the board, and here comes Yale. Swain driving, but then is stopped by Tillman and has to pull it back out. Gabadon on the outside. Atkinson has Watts on him, but they don't give it to him. Gabadon just dribbling around, and this seems to me like Yale has kind of accepted that they're going to be done in this tournament, as they are not pushing anything. Gabadon with a miss. Rebound, Malik Hall. Here come the Spartans. And it's Cassius Winston with it, dribbling it around. Just under a minute to go here in this one. Winston to the bucket. Floaters up and good. Cassius Winston again. Michigan State with a strong closing to the second half to pull away Up by 12 now here. Biggest lead of the game. Gavin jumper, no good. Rebound, Tillman. And Michigan State can dribble this thing down to about 12 seconds if they choose. But they don't. Henry for three, no. Rebound, Gavin. Or Bruner, excuse me. Oh, what's Gavin? Swain with it. Three ball, no good. Hall grabs the board and he feeds Winston. And that is going to do it here from Omaha. Cassius Winston looks like he's going to dribble out the clock. And he will. Michigan State wins at 83-71, advancing to the Sweet 16 of the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Well-fought game and a good run in this tournament for the Yale Bulldogs. But Sparty just too much for him tonight as Cassius Winston carries his team into the Sweet 16. Final stats here. Winston with 31, 8 and 4. Xavier Tillman with 17 points and 21 boards. And Rocky Watts put in 15. For Yale, 17 and 5 for Gavin, 16 and 13 for Bruner with a double-double. Monroe and Cotton both scoring in double digits. Atkinson had 8 and 9. And Azar Swain had 8 points and 7 assists. But that'll do it here for us in Omaha. For Live Sim Sports, I'm Zach Serdenik. And thank you for watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament.
And welcome to this second round matchup in Omaha, Nebraska, as the Kansas Jayhawks, the 1 seed in the Midwest region, take on the 8-seeded Florida Gators in this second round matchup. Hunter Baumgart here with you for another Live Sim Sports College Hoops matchup here this afternoon. Thanks for spending some of your Sunday here on YouTube watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Jayhawks and Gators, two teams that have had success year after year, and it'll be fun to see these two get going and try to move on to the final 16 of the tournament. Of course, Florida beating East Tennessee State. I had you for that one a couple of days ago. Mike White is the coach of Florida. Coach of Kansas, of course, Bill Self. Kansas 28-3 this year, had a very, very good year, 17-1 in the conference, and they were the first the team that won the Big 12. We are underway as the Florida Gators secure the tip, and Nemhard's got it. He's going to drive and put it up. He's rejected at the rim. Holy mackerel, McCormick coming out of nowhere. All right, here we go. Kansas with it for two. No good. Rebound by, rebound by Florida. Devin Dotson with the miss for Kansas. Florida with it. Nemhard, top of the key, just underway here in the first quarter. We play 4 10-minute quarters. Now a three is no good. Rebound by Kansas. And the Jayhawks bring it up the floor. Right side for three. That's good. And a big three over there. Couldn't tell who that was. But now Florida with the basketball. Hunter Baumgart with you. I'm a play-by-play announcer from Wisconsin. You can follow me on Twitter at HunterBOnAir. And here we go. Be sure to follow Live Sim Sports on Twitter as well. All the scores, the schedule, highlights, all going on the Live Sim Sports Twitter feed. All right, here we go. Florida with the basketball. Nemhard, as the shot clock expired, no good. Rebound, Kansas. Now a two. That's good. And it's 5-0 Kansas. Moss with two. Isaiah Moss. All right, here we go. Nemhard with it. Lock. 5-0 Kansas early going, and it's another, is it going to be a steal? It's on the ground, and Kansas comes out of there with it. All right, Moss with it for Kansas. Isaiah Moss, the senior from Chicago, Illinois. In the lane, up for two, no good. Rebound by the Florida Gators. Gators have not scored, almost 2 minutes into this one. Lock with it for Florida. Lock for two, good, and it's 5-2. Gators trying to pull the upset. Of course, Kansas the 1 seed in this Midwest region. So we shall see if they can defeat Florida or if Florida can pull the upset and get to the final 16 of this tournament. All right, Kansas with it. Dotson for two. Devin Dotson, and it's 7-2. Devin Dotson, the sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina. Winner playing Michigan State, who beat Yale, as you just saw a couple of minutes ago here on YouTube. Kansas with another steal, trying to extend that 5-point lead. On the baseline, Dotson out to Azubuike for two. That's rejected at the rim. Oh, man. No good for him. Florida with it now. Lock, top of the key. We've seen some great blocks in this tournament. Ooh, on the floor, Florida recovers. How about a two in the lane? Florida no good. Rebound by Kansas. And the Jayhawks bring it down 7-2, just underway here in the first half. Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Hunter Baumgart here with you from Omaha. As you can see in the crowd, a lot of Kansas fans. Some Florida fans sprinkled in. How about a dunk by Dotson? Oh my gosh, what a pass, what a dunk, and he slams it home. 9-2 Kansas. 6:30 to go in the first quarter. Nemhard across the timeline for Florida, already down 9-2. Early going here in Omaha. Johnson gonna drive. Up for two, rejected again. Oh man, McCormick being that's not McCormick, but that's Azubuike, and he has blocked more than a couple of shots already in this game. Nemhard with it now. Top of the key. Sorry, I was calling him McCormick. I think one other time when he blocked the shot, but that is not McCormick out there. Udoka Azubuike is the starter for Kansas. Two for Florida, no good. Rebound by Marcus Garrett of the Jayhawks. 9-2, Florida shooting woefully in this first. Oh, another block. Man, oh, man. Blocks on both ends coming in. Here we go. Florida with the basketball. Drives for two. That's oh, my gosh. Azubuike just took it away. He was about to put it in, and Azubuike says, not in my house. 9-2. 5:25 to go first quarter. Moss, Lane, two, good. And the Kansas Jayhawks out to an 11-2 lead, and Florida wants to talk it over. 5:18 to go in the first quarter. Kansas 11, Florida 2. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. All right, we are back as it's 11-2, and we are ready to get back to basketball. All right, Nembhard brings it down the floor for the Gators. Down 11-2. They're going to need to go on a little bit of a run here to kind of get back into this one. Have shot woefully to start this game. Almost 5 minutes in, and they made one shot. Nembhard into Blackshear. To Johnson in the lane for two. That's no good. They just cannot buy a shot if their life depended on it. 11-2. Oh, nice pass over there. Right side, Moss for three. No good. Rebound Gators. And the Gators will bring it up. The Gators in their orange jerseys and orange shorts. Oh, we have a foul. Shot is no good. Crashing to the floor for the Gators was Blackshear Jr. And he'll go to the line. Azubuike with the foul. First foul we've had early going. And they're going to say it was a flagrant one. I mean, Blackshear did hit the floor hard. So he'll go to the line. Free throw coming, and then the basketball. Free throw is good. And it is 11-3. Couple of shots, actually, and then the basketball. Good. 11-4. And now Florida gets it, so that's a big foul there. Not only do you give them a couple shots of the charity stripe, but also you're able to get the ball if you're Florida. Gators with it. Outside Nembhard to Johnson. Left side to Locke. Locke. Ooh, almost stolen away. Blackshear still has it. Heavily guarded. Ooh, nice pass inside for two. No good, though. Just cannot buy a shot. Kansas with the rebound. 11-4. Dotson for three. No good. Rebound underneath Azubuike, and he dunks it. A dunk for Udoka Azubuike, and the Kansas Jayhawks extend their lead to 9. It's 13-4. Second chance opportunity for Azubuike, and he did not disappoint. The senior from Nigeria. Florida with the basketball. Blackshear in the lane for two. Just outside the lane, I should say. Rebound Kansas. Under 4 to play in the first. Two is good in the foul. Oh, man. Kansas is really dominating here early. Michael White looking at his team and the Florida Gators and just wondering what is going on. He's going to do some substitutions to try to combat this here, but 15-4. Kansas will have Abaji on the line. And he'll have one shot to try to make it a three-point play here in Omaha. Kansas with an early 15-4 lead on a Florida team that isn't too bad. 19-12, 11-7 in the conference. They finished 4th in the SEC. Free throw is good. Nembhard across the timeline for the Gators. 16-4. 3:46 to go in the first. Nembhard with it for the Gators. Oh, almost stolen away, and it is stolen away. Kansas comes out of there with it. Garrett with it for the Jayhawks. He's on the logo. Abaji. 11 to shoot. Driving baseline, and he just walked out of bounds. Great defense by the Gators. Is that Payne over there? Might have been. Omar Payne. And so it is 16-4, and the Florida Gators will have the basketball. Florida with 4 points. This is a lot like what North Texas did in the game against Wisconsin in the first round. North Texas was scoring like nothing in the first quarter. They ended up hanging tight with Wisconsin and actually leading at halftime, and then lost subsequently in overtime. But Yeah, that was one of the games I had, and that was North Texas just did not shoot well at all in the first quarter. No good by Moss. Florida with the rebound. See if they can go on a little bit of a run here before the end of the quarter. Johnson to Nemhard. Rebounds about the same. Florida with 2 less rebounds than Kansas. Nemhard with it. Nemhard for 2. No good. Rebound by the Kansas Jayhawks. Still 16-4. Braun with it to Garrett. Garrett top of the key for the Jayhawks to Azubuike. Azubuike with the basketball. Hey, how about for 3? No good. That was Moss over there, I believe, and a rebound by the Gators. 2:10 to go. Man. Johnson. Just over 2 to play in the first. Blackshear driving in the lane. Oh, puts it up and in. Right over Marcus Garrett. And Kerry Blackshear Jr., the senior from Orlando, with a couple of points there. It's 16-6. Garrett going to drive in the lane. Put it up for 2. That's no good. Rebound Florida. I mean, Kansas hasn't shot the ball exceptionally well either. Just Florida has shot so badly that's what's gotten the attention. But how about that? Omar Payne with a 2, and it's 16-8. And we have an 8-point game here in Omaha. 1:35 to go in the first. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Timeout, Jayhawks. And welcome back. Kansas to inbound after their timeout. 16-8 the score. 1:30 to go. Thanks for spending some of your Sunday afternoon with us. Winner of this game gets Michigan State, who you just saw beat Yale just a bit earlier. They beat Yale 83-71. So Michigan State will either play Kansas or Florida. So not only do we have 2 big-name schools here, but we'll have 2 big-name schools coming up in the next round as well, coming up this next week. Either Thursday or Friday. How about a 3 here? That is no good. Rebound by Moss. And the Jayhawks come out of there. Under a minute to go in the first. Ooh, nice pass to a cutting Dotson. And it's 18-8. Devin Dotson, the sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina, went to Providence Day School. 53 seconds to go in the first. 18-8 the score. Nemhard with it for Florida. Drives baseline. Up for 2. Good. Nemhard puts it up and in. 18-10 the score. Florida making a little more of their shots here lately after they started the game not making very many. Hardly at all, in fact. Dotson near the logo with 10 to shoot. Watching his offense run in front of him. Agbaji with it. Drives in the lane. Puts it up for 2. Too strong. Rebound Florida. No shot clock. We'll see if they play for the last shot or they just take what they're given. And he's going to take what he's given and do it for 11. And there we go. No good. Florida with the rebound. Now they have, that's funny because now they have a reset shot clock, so they actually have a shot clock. Now Nemhard off balance too, no good. Rebound by Kansas, 4-3-2. It's going to be a 3 by Dotson, and that's no good, and that's the end of the first quarter. 18-10 Kansas, end of 1. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. We'll be back with the second quarter. 10 minutes left in the half. Kansas with an 18-10 lead. The 1 seed over the 8 seed. The Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. All right, we are ready for this second quarter. 10 minutes to go in this first half. Kansas with an 18-10 lead. Florida with a little bit of a run there at the end of the half. A 6-2 run to get it within 8. Dotson with it for Kansas. Dotson drives. Up for 2. No good. Rebound by Florida. The Gators bring it down. They cut it to a 2-possession game here. Johnson with it for the Gators. Gators, like I said earlier, finished 4th in the SEC, and that's a steal by Kansas. They had a bunch of those early going. Hadn't had one in about 5 minutes of game time, but now they're bringing that defense back out there. Bill Self is probably happy about that on the Kansas bench. Dotson with it. Agbaji with it. 5 to shoot. A couple of pump fakes, like a quarterback in the pocket. Agbaji for 2. No. Rebound the Gators. Omar Payne. And the Gators bring it down. 9 minutes to go in the half. Johnson with it for the Florida Gators. Thanks to all those watching in Florida here this afternoon. Probably pretty warm there. Warmer than it is probably here in Omaha. 2 is up and good, although we're having some nice weather in the Midwest. It's 18-12. 8:39 to go in this first half. Moss with it. Yeah, thanks to all those watching in Florida, all those watching in Kansas, Jayhawk fans watching their team go out to an early lead here, see if they can keep it throughout the game. Dotson has to get it out to Agbaji with 3 to shoot. For 3, off balance, and good! Holy mackerel, he just hit a 3. That was off balance, and the shot clock was running out. That is impressive from Udoka Azubuike. Ochai Agbaji. I mixed up 2 of the names. Not only did I get his name wrong, but I mixed it up with one other one. I used a first name. I used Udoka's first name and Abaji's last name. Silly me. Man for 3, no good. Rebound Kansas. And they'll bring it down. 7:45 to go in the first half. Dotson with it near the logo. 21-12. Kansas a 9-point lead. They've led by as many as 12. Agbaji with it. Hit that 3 in the last possession. He's going to try again. Oh, no good. Tried to use the hot hand there. Gators with it. Ooh. Good defense over there. Now gets to Johnson. Back to Nembhard. 12 to shoot. Nembhard for the Gators. Gets it to Man. Man. 4 to shoot. Man. For 3. Good. Timeout, Bill Self, and the Kansas Jayhawks want to talk it over. It's a 6-point game here in Omaha. 21-15 Kansas, 7:03 to go in the first half. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. We are back, ready for this last 7 minutes of the first half. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament here on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining us. Blackshear, Johnson, Lewis, Lock and Man out there for Florida. For Kansas, it is Dotson, Garrett, Moss, Azubuike, and Braun. Oh, and a 2 there. Nice 2. For Kansas, and it's 23-15. Christian Braun, the freshman. Don't believe he has any relation to the Milwaukee Brewer Ryan Braun. 2 is up and no good. Rebound Kansas. Block inside. Florida's had a lot of blocked shots by Kansas early in this game. Garrett, oh my gosh, he lost his marbles. And Florida comes out of there with it. Holy mackerel, Man for 2. Oh no, he's going to just whip it out of bounds. He saw somebody in the crowd he liked it. He wanted them to have the basketball. Holy cow, just a wild few things there. All right, 23-15. Everybody kind of resets. Dotson lost his marbles on one end, and Man, I don't know what he did, but he lost his wits on the other end and just threw it out of bounds. There's going to be a foul here. Locke called for the foul. He's not happy about it. But that's definitely a foul. And I think he's going to be at the line for 2 because it's a shooting foul. Marcus Garrett, the junior from Dallas, Texas, went to Skyline High School. Averages 9 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, thereabouts. For the 28-3 Kansas Jayhawks, one of the best teams in Division I this season. Free throw is up and good, 24-15. .607 to go in this first half. Thanks so much for taking a watch here this afternoon on YouTube. Free throw is up and good, and Kansas back to a 10-point advantage on the Florida Gators. The 1 seed Kansas Jayhawks trying to get to the next round and face the Michigan State Spartans, which will be another big test for either of these teams. Lewis for 2, good, and the Gators cut it to 8-point deficit. Scotty Lewis, that was his first made field goal. He's 1 for 5. Ooh, plus minus at -13. Garrett driving, almost lost it. He was the one who lost, just kind of lost it on the couple possessions ago. It was not Dotson, I beg your pardon. Garrett for 2, good. And it's 27-17. He makes up for his mistake there. 5:25 to go in the first half. Hunter Baumgart with you from Omaha. Good to have you with us. Be sure to follow Live Sim Sports on Twitter for all the highlights, the scores, the schedule. We'll have the final 16 teams we will know by the end of the day, and then we will have those games coming up starting Thursday, as that is good. 27-19. The Midwest region will head to Indy. That's where they will play next. The South will play in Houston, the West will play in LA, and the East in New York. So, of course, some of the biggest cities in this country. Dotson to Braun, 9 to shoot, to Garrett on the right side. Garrett, 5 to shoot. How about Moss for a deep 3? How about Moss with the tray ball? And it's 30-19 with 4:37 to go in the first half. Left side, Lewis. Lewis. Ooh, alley-oop. But he still got it in. Couldn't dunk it, but it was a nice alley-oop. And the Gators, Scotty Lewis with the put-in, 30-21. Scotty's now got 4. Garrett for the Jayhawks. Driving, up for 2. No good. Rebound Florida as they try to go on a little bit of a run before halftime. Man with it. To Locke. Locke on the left side for the Gators. Locke into Blackshear. Spin move up 2, good. And the Gators within 7. Carried Blackshear now 2 for 4. 7 rebounds. He might have a double-double at the end of this one. Timeout Jayhawks. They want to talk it over. 3:42 to go in the first half. Bill Self going to talk to his team about what they can do to combat this run by Florida. 30-23. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. And welcome back. Kansas will inbound. 3:42 to go in this first half. Good to have you with us here from Omaha. Hunter Baumgart with you. And they get it in. Dotson. Spin move. Double teamed. Up for 2. Gotten by Florida on the rebound. Not sure if that's what they drew up on that timeout, but nonetheless, it's no good. Kansas with a steal. Garrett up and no good but a foul. Blackshear going to be called for the foul. Second team foul, and Garrett will go to the line as he adjusts his shoes. Marcus Garrett. Ooh, almost had that. All right, so he'll go to the line for 2. 30-23. 3:28 to go in the first half. Free throw upcoming. No good. So the first free throw is no good for Garrett. Bill Self not happy over there. Be sure to stay tuned. We have plenty of action ready and loaded for you. Coming up the rest of the evening, we've got Duke and Stephen F. Austin going to tip just after this one. Also Maryland and St. Mary's tonight. Oregon and Indiana. San Diego State and Penn State. All that coming up right here on YouTube. So be sure to stay tuned for some great college hoops action. Man with it for the Gators. Florida down 7. 3 to shoot. Gonna need to get it off quickly. Man up. Oh, it's blocked, and Kansas comes out of there with it. Amaji. And with 3 minutes to go in the first half, they've got the basketball. All right. Into Azubuike for 2. Good. And it is 32-23 Kansas. Florida will bring it down. The Gators trying to pull the upset and knock the number 1 seed Kansas out of the tournament. Will that happen? You'll have to stick with us to find out. Florida has not gone away, but Kansas has definitely been leading for this game, for this entire game, as Florida no good. Their shooting has been not very good. Let's just put it that way. A slam home. Holy cow. He just went top shelf and got the peanut butter and put it in the sandwich with the jelly. 34-23. Udoka's Azubuike with the dunk. 34-23. 2:19 to go in this first half. We'll be right back. Live Stream Sports College Hoops Tournament. We are back. Bill Self coaching his team a little bit. Florida with the basketball. Nembhard comes across the timeline. Gators line to talk things over after that massive dunk by Azubuike. How about a 2? That's a dunk on the other end. Lewis, 34-25. You can see the shot percentages there. Florida 37%, and that was a lot lower earlier. Now another dunk by Kansas. They are just putting on a dunk clinic here in Omaha. That one by Marcus Garrett, and it's 36-25. It's turned into the dunk competition. It's like we're at All-Star Weekend all of a sudden. Holy cow. All right, Florida with it. Lock, 10 to shoot. 1:39 to go in the first half. For 3, good, and that's a big shot for the Florida Gators. They are now down 8. They missed that, and Kansas gets a couple of points on the other end, and Florida's looking at a 13-14 point deficit. Only down 8. Garrett with the basketball. Out to Dotson for 3. Good. That's a big shot by Devin Dotson, following up what Florida did on the other end. And that's what Kansas has done all afternoon. 39-28 Kansas. 1:06 to go in the half. Blackshear thought about the 2. Now going to dribble. Kind of stare down his defender right in the eye. In the eyes, I should say. Driving. Lewis up 2. No. Rebound. Kansas gets it. 20 to shoot. Scotty Lewis now 2 for 7. How about a 2 inside? No good. Rebound the Florida Gators. 42 seconds to go in the first half as the game pace has picked up and they're almost losing the basketball. Blackshear no good. Rebound Kansas. And a very fast pace last minute here. Hey, they're going to shoot a 3. Moss. Good. Nothing but net for Isaiah Moss, the senior from Chicago, Illinois. And it's 42-28, the largest lead of the afternoon for the Kansas Jayhawks. Blackshear for 2, no good. Tipped around. Blackshear gets his own rebound. 12 to shoot. Going to drive in the lane. Trying to make up for his miss. Now he's going to get it out to Locke. 6 to shoot. 11 seconds in the game clock. Locke for 2. That is good. 42-30. 8 seconds remain. I'm guessing Kansas will take the final shot of the first half. Dotson with it. And he will take a massive 3. And he'll miss it. So it's 42-30. It was a lot of Kansas in this first half, but Florida hanging in there a little bit. We'll see what happens in the second half if Florida can kind of shoot a little better than they did in that first half. 42-30, Kansas, the 1 seed over the 8 seed Florida Gators. We're back with the second half after this on Live Stream Sports College Hoops Tournament. Test, test, test. All right. Second half coming up. We are back here in Omaha for the second half between the 1-seed Kansas Jayhawks and the 8-seed Florida Gators. Underway here in this second half. Garrett with the basketball for the Jayhawks to Dotson. Dotson, 9:48 to go here in this third quarter. Moss with it. Kansas Jayhawks and Florida Gators getting out of here. Oh, an offensive board putback is good for Azubuike, and it's 44-30. Kansas with a 14-point lead. Ties their largest lead of the day. Florida in that first half shooting just 37%, and that really led to their woes. They were just 13 for 35. Kansas, meanwhile, shot 47% in that first half. And we have a shooting foul on Azubuike. So we'll have the Gators at the line. Kansas fans not happy about that. Scotty Lewis making things happen inside. Ooh, looked like he might have got all ball, but referee saw different. Michael White not happy about it on the Florida sideline. Florida bench, I should say. All right, Scotty Lewis at the line. Florida was 2 for 2 on free throws in that first half. And they're now 3 for 3 in the game. Kansas was 3 for 5. Now a 13-point game. Hunter Baumgart with you from Omaha. Be sure to follow Live Sim Sports on Twitter for all of the scores, schedule, highlights even. We put out highlights for every game and keep you updated. 44-32 after he makes both free throws. Florida now 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. Kansas with the basketball. Drives, lane up, good. Oh, no good. Oh, don't count your chickens before they're hatched, I guess, right? Johnson with it for Florida. Down 12, and with the basketball are the Gators. Johnson up for 2, no good. He was contested from the minute he got the basketball, but decided to take the shot anyway. Raji almost loses it. He's got to pass it, gets it to Garrett. Garrett. And now we have out of bounds. So he must have dribbled it out of bounds. Oh, man, oh, man. So getting too close to the baseline was Garrett. And the Gators will take over. Locke with it, almost gets it stolen. Now Blackshear with the basketball. Oh, it is stolen. Tried to get it to his teammate and it just hit the back of Dotson. He's like, oh, it's a basketball. I should probably grab that. Oh, an alley-oop. Oh, almost a dunk, but still just as good as he gets 2 points. Udoka Azubuike, and it's 46-32. Kansas hovering around that 14-point margin. Nemhard to Lewis to Johnson. Into Blackshear. Blackshear up, he's fouled. No good on the shot. Azubuike, that's his third. So we're going to have to watch that. He's been dominant on the offensive and defensive side inside. But if he keeps racking up fouls, Bill Self is going to have no choice but to put him on the bench for a while. Going to the line for the Florida Gators is Kerry Blackshear Jr., the senior from Orlando. Went to Maynard Evans High School. Hello to all those watching in Orlando. Free throw was good. Florida 5 for 5 from the line. That's something they teach from a young age. Make your free throws. And he doesn't on that one. But most of the Florida free throws have been good. 5 of 6 now. 2 is up and no good. Rebound by the Gators. And Blackshear will bring it down. Gators trying to make a comeback and a dunk. That'll help. Johnson slams it home, 46-35. Kind of a nonchalant dunk there. Not much reaction from the crowd either, although the crowd is very much in Kansas' favor. Of course, Kansas very much, way closer than Florida geographically, so it makes sense that the Kansas faithful has traveled the short distance to Nebraska. Just above Kansas. Locke with it. 11 to shoot. Locke into Blackshear. In the lane, up for 2, good. 46-37 as Florida just run a quick 5-0 run here. Kerry Blackshear, 9 points, 3 for 7, and now Bill Self, sensing the run, wants to take a timeout. Kansas 46, Florida 37, 7:13 to go in the third. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. All right, welcome back to Omaha. Hunter Baumgart with you. 7:13 to go in this third quarter. We played 4 10-minute quarters, of course, 2 20-minute halves, so just like the real college basketball. So trying to make it as realistic for you as possible, and it's been a great game so far. 46-37. Kansas has been pretty dominant, but Florida has not gone away. I have a feeling they have a little bit of a run in them, and this could be a closer game by the end. Garrett, no good. Rebound, Florida. So coming out of that timeout, obviously Kansas hoping for a bucket. They didn't get it. We have a foul. It's going to be on Dotson, his first. Third team foul. Quickly racking up fouls of the Jayhawks. All right, Gators with the basketball. Johnson to Nembhard. 10 to shoot. Nembhard. 5 to shoot to Locke. Locke to Lewis for 3. That's no good. Rebound Kansas. Quickly down the floor. Moss has it and he's fouled. Referee's blowing a quick whistle here in this second half so far. We have a quick substitution. Locke will come out. Mann will come in. 6:32 to go in the third. Kansas to inbound, 20 to shoot. Up by 9. The 1 seed trying to make it to the second round. We're to the final 16 teams of the tournament. The winner plays Michigan State, who beat Yale, which you saw in the last game here on YouTube. Kansas with it. Garrett. Up. I don't know if he got that. He did apparently get it off. He gets his own rebound, so another opportunity. McCormick out there for Kansas. I think he's out there because Azubuike was, unfortunately, as this is no good, unfortunately has gotten 3 fouls. Lewis on the logo, driving, trying to work on the defender, puts it up and in. Nice little hook shot there for the Florida Gators. That was over Agbaji. It's 46-39, a 7-point game. Kansas with it, Dotson. Tomas. Moss to Dotson, 3 to shoot. Dotson up and no good. Rebound Florida. Wow, they can cut it to at least a 2-possession game here. Kansas hasn't scored in 3 minutes and 23 seconds. That's going to be all sorts of weird stuff going on inside. Now it's out to, I believe that's, it's Locke, or Lewis, right, my bad. Lewis for 2, good, and Florida heating up, and Kansas going on a major drought here, 46-41. Kansas approaching 4 minutes without scoring. Dotson with it. Garrett driving in the lane. Now gets it out to McCormick, and he gets rejected from behind. Blackshear comes out of there with it for Florida. To Mann, to Lewis. Lewis with it. 4:30 to go in the third as the Gators. Lewis off balance 3. No good. Rebound by McCormick. Agbaji with the basketball. Dotson. 4:13 to go. And now we have a foul. I believe it's going to be a shooting foul, and it is. Nembhard called for the foul. And going to the line for the Kansas Jayhawks will be Devin Dotson. Close to the name of the country singer Devin Dawson. He's got a good tune, All on Me. Check it out if you're a country fan. Anyway, we have some country music fans in the crowd here today. Free throws up and good. 47-41. That ends the 4-minute scoring drought that the Kansas Jayhawks just went on. Mann, wipe it off his sleeve. We're okay. He checks out. Dotson up and good. 48-41. Kansas with a couple of free throws there. 4:10 to go in the third. Nembhard with it for the Gators. Thanks for spending some of your Sunday afternoon with us here on YouTube, the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. We're going to make this as realistic as possible, and definitely done that so far, and hope you've enjoyed it. We've got a lot of basketball left. Of course, next weekend we'll have full slate again. Nembhard for 2 is good. 48-43. Back to a 5-point game, but next week we'll have the round of 16. We'll then have the round of 8, and plenty of basketball. So definitely check Live Sim Sports on Twitter for all the schedules and the action, and the schedules of the games that I'll be calling, and all of our other great announcers. Garrett 2 to shoot. He shoots a 3. He misses the 3. And we have a foul. Yeah, I think I saw that. Azubuike, who just came in, he's got 4 now. That's huge. Azubuike inside, and I think he's immediately going to take a seat. But as Florida substitutes a bunch of players as well. But yeah, you can't have that. Azubuike inside. Now an alley-oop and a dunk, and the Florida Gators are within 3. They were down by as many as 14. They've went on a 15-4 run, and with 6 in the last 6-12, and with 3:03 to go in this third quarter, the Gators within 3 on the 1 seed Kansas Jayhawks. I beg your pardon, Azubuike did not check out. I figured that Bill Self would want to get him out of there with 4 fouls and still over about 13 minutes left in this game, but no. So Garrett rejected, and the Gators can tie it on this possession. That would be something. They've not been tied since it was, 2-2? And now it's a foul. Moss going to be called for the foul, his first. He can't believe it. He's beside himself. Bill Self remaining calm as best he can. And going to the line will be Keontae Johnson, the sophomore from Norfolk, Virginia. Winner to play Michigan State in Indy in the regional semifinal. No good. We knew it from the beginning. And now Garrett is going to check out. Dotson to come in. Azubuike's still out there for Bill. I mean, if he could foul out here. They're talking about a force inside that he's unable to be with you for the fourth quarter. But Bill Self is much smarter basketball mind than I, so we'll leave it to him. Abaji to Moss. 6 to shoot. Moss for 3. No good. Rebound for the Gators. And we'll try it again. 2 misses on those free throws. And now on the last possession for Florida, we'll see what they can do now. They get it into Lewis. Lewis working on Moss. Lost the basketball. Got it back. Puts it up for 2. Good. Nothing but net for Lewis. And it's 48-47. The Gators shooting 64% in the quarter. Look at the first quarter field goal percentage. Just 21. And Dotson trying to drive. He's fouled by Johnson. He doesn't agree. Bill Self still remaining very calm. He's a cool cat over there. Same with Michael White. They are very they sit back and they just enjoy the game and make sure that their players do what they want them to do, but they aren't too hard on their players, as you can see. All right, Dotson to kick the field goal. Oh my goodness. To shoot the free throw, 49-47. Dotson is good from the line. Under 2 to play in this third quarter. You're on YouTube. Second free throw upcoming, and it is good. So it's 50-47 here in Omaha. Free throws tonight. 5 for 8 are the Gators. 7 for 9 are the Kansas Jayhawks. Johnson with 11 to shoot. It's stolen by Kansas, and the Jayhawks come down with it. Dotson in the lane for 2. Too strong. Rebound, Braun. Braun to Azubuike. Azubuike with the basketball and 4 fouls. Can't be too aggressive here. You don't want to be calling for the offensive foul. Although that's something we have seen not much of in this tournament. No good for Azubuike, and with 20 to shoot, the Florida Gators come down with 1:17 to go in the third. Nembhard with it for Florida. Nembhard driving now, back out. It's to Lewis. Lewis almost lost it. Now going to drive. Lewis up for 2. No good. Rebound Kansas. Florida just has not been able to tie or take the lead at all. Braun. No good. Oh my gosh. It basically went all the way in and all the way out. Under a minute to go in the third. Lewis. We have a foul on Dotson. Dotson not happy about it. And the assistant coach taking notes over there in his little yellow notepad. In case they have another game, he wants to be sure he takes down everything that they've done. At the line for the Florida Gators is Scotty Lewis, the freshman from Hazlet, New Jersey. Hello to all those watching in New Jersey this afternoon. Shot is good. So the free throw is up and good for Scotty Lewis. He's been good at the line here this afternoon. Free throw is up and good. 50-49 here in Omaha. 1-point game. Scotty Lewis, 4 for 4 from the line. He's got 10 second half points. The Jayhawks with 14 to shoot. Alley-oop, and he completely airmailed it. Oh, man. It's like Jameis Winston on a Sunday in October. And a 2 is good, and the foul, and the Gators have the lead. Holy cow. So a missed alley-oop on one end turns into a 2, and the lead for the Gators on the other. The Kansas Jayhawks, who are up 14 at one point, at a couple of points actually, are now down 1. Unreal. And more free throws for Florida. A lot of fouls in this half. Blackshear at the line, and he'll shoot and make. 52-50. Gators. I had this right. I think Kansas was up 46-32, which would make this a 20-4 run. Dotson driving up 2, no good, but a foul. Blackshear called for the foul as the referees continue to blow the whistle here. Slow-moving third quarter. Michael White not happy. He's like blowing the whistle way too much. Although it's, affecting both teams. So 52-50. And Dotson will go at the line to try to tie this one up if he can make both of the free throws. No good. And they will not tie it unless they get an offensive board here. Free throw upcoming. It is good. So 52-51 the score. 1 point game here in Omaha. We'll see if Florida takes the last shot of the half or of the third quarter or not. Then we'll have a 10-minute fourth quarter that'll decide who goes on to Indy in the Midwest region and plays Michigan State. Blackshear for 2, and the Gators have their largest lead at 3. Wow. Kansas dominated this team, but Florida has shot incredibly well in this third quarter, and Kansas has hit a wall. 54-51 Florida. They are excited with the opportunity to beat the 1 seed here in Omaha. We'll have to see what happens. Fourth quarter next. 10 minutes left. 54-51 Florida. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. All right, we are back in Omaha. Hunter Baumgart with you. You can follow me on Twitter at HunterBOnAir. And I am a play-by-play announcer from Wisconsin. Happy to be here in Omaha, here in the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. The Kansas Jayhawks and Florida Gators battling it out. 10 minutes left to decide who will be in Indy this coming week. No good. Rebound Kansas. Garrett with it. 9:36 to go in the game. Garrett up for 2. No good. Rebound Florida. And the Gators will bring it down. Locke. Lewis. No. And it's fought for. And the Kansas Jayhawks secure the rebound. Now on the other end for 3. No good. Rebound Florida. And a quick moving game here. Holy cow. 2 is up and no good. Rebound by Garrett. Garrett to Dotson for 3. No good. Rebound Florida. Some rush shots here. Both teams just going down and shooting, and the other team going down and shooting. Holy cow. Fast-paced. Lewis, no. Rebound Kansas. Dotson across the timeline. Dotson driving. Oh, man, another shot. Good. What a fast-paced game, and the Gators are like, hold on, everybody. Stop going so fast. Michael White going to call a timeout. 54-53. We will keep it here. For this timeout is, again, 54-53. Florida with the lead on the 1 seed Kansas Jayhawks. Stick with us here on YouTube in the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Next, you'll see the 4 seed Duke against the 12 seed Stephen F. Austin, who got a first-round upset. Number 3, Maryland, takes on St. Mary's later this evening. Also, Oregon and Indiana. And the 2 seed San Diego State, who has had an incredible season. They take on the 7 seed Penn State. That is all coming up right here on YouTube. Some great announcers coming up tonight here on YouTube in the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Hunter Baumgart with you. 54-53. Locke with the basketball for Florida. Locke out to Johnson. Johnson drives. in the lane. Up for two. No good. Rebound by the Kansas Jayhawks. 8:27 to go. Kansas lane up. No good. Offensive board by Azubuike, and he gets it out to Abaji. 8 to shoot. Gets it to Garrett. 5 to shoot. Garrett spin moves. Gets a screen. Now he's got a wide open two. No good. That's a wide open shot. He should be making those. 8:05 to go. Florida by 1. Kansas, a chance to be upset in a game that they're up 14 at a couple of different points, including being up 16-4 to start the game, 9-2 to start the game. They're up 46-32. I mean, this has been a lot of Kansas, but just in that third quarter, Florida made a run, and they're still doing it. And that's going to be a shot clock violation, as it didn't even hit the rim. Locke's shot. Noah Locke, the sophomore from Randallstown, Maryland. All right, Kansas inbounds. 7:40 to go. Thanks for spending some of your Sunday with us here on YouTube of the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. It's knocked on the ground, and it's going to be Kansas basketball. Dotson. Florida with some tight defense. Not only are they scoring now on the offensive side, but they're playing some good defense. Dotson, 2. Good. 55-54. 1-point lead. Kansas Jayhawks trying to get their fans into it. You can see all the heads in the crowd. Some great signs. Well, not signs really, they're just heads. Nothing else to say about it. Blackshear for 2 with a foul. And it's 56-55, Florida. And now Azubuike fouls out, so I was wondering when that was going to happen. He doesn't understand what he did. But that's going to be the end for Azubuike's game, and that could be the end of, well, it could be the end of his Kansas career. If they lose the game, he's a senior. 7-foot senior from Nigeria. All right, now at the line for Florida will be Kerry Blackshear Jr., the senior from Orlando, Florida. Blackshear, 12, almost 13 points a game, 7.5 boards. Free throw good. 57-55 Florida. 7 minutes, almost 7 minutes left here in this game. Garrett, top of the key for the Jayhawks. So the Kansas Jayhawks will have to do it without Azubuike, who had 12 points, but he also was great. A lot of rebounds, a lot of force inside, especially early going when he was playing more freely without those fouls. All right, 2 is no good. Rebound by the Florida Gators. That 2 by D'Souza, I should say. Johnson, no good. Rebound Kansas Jayhawks. They bring it down. Abaji, up for 2. No good, but a foul. He goes crashing to the floor. Shooting foul, so he'll shoot 2. Free throws, as you can see. Florida 9 for 12. 8 for 11 is Kansas. So pretty close to the same percentage. Michael White enjoying what his team is doing against a 1 seed here. Florida, of course, always, with the name Florida, you think a good basketball team. They're okay this year, 19-12, 11-7 in the SEC. They finished 4th in the SEC. That's where they are now. Free throw is up and good. I guess they're 20-12 if you count the first round win against East Tennessee State. All right, checking out is going to be D'Souza. Braun comes in for Kansas as they try to tie it here. Ochai Abaji, the sophomore from Kansas City, Missouri, and it's good. We're tied at 57. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Stick with us here on YouTube. You're not going to want to turn the stream off. Lewis in the lane for 2. Good. And it's 59-57 Florida. 6:15 to go. Winner to get Michigan State coming up this week in the round of 16. Garrett to Braun. Braun hands it off to Dotson for 2. Rejected from behind by Blackshear, and the Gators have the basketball. Oh, a timely block ahead of the pack. Up for 2. Good. Block for 2, and it's 61-57. The Gators now shooting much better than the Jayhawks. Who would have thought? After shooting just 21% in the first quarter, Florida has completely turned it around in a steal. And the Gators with an opportunity here. Nemhard with the basketball. 16 to shoot. Kansas fans wanting their team to play good defense. Nemhard for 2. Good. 63-57. Nemhard's got 6. He's 3 for 8 from the field and 6 boards. Kansas with it. Garrett. 5:20 to go. Dotson to Moss. Moss with it for Kansas. Hey, into a dunk for Garrett, and it's 63-59. That gets the crowd more into it for the Jayhawks. It's getting loud here in Omaha. Nemhard with it. 5 minutes to go in this second round game. 2 is up and no good, but a foul. Moss going to be called for his third. And Jayhawk faithful not happy about that. Neither is Moss, but we'll have to accept it. And Lewis will go back to the line. Scotty Lewis has had a nice day from the charity stripe. 63-59 the score, and Florida will try to extend the lead here.
Shoot
2 foul shots for you. Free throw up and no good. I believe that's his first miss from the line. Braun will check out for Kansas. McCormick will check in. David McCormick, the sophomore from Norfolk, Virginia. Scotty Lewis at the line, up and good. And it's 64-59 with 4:55 to go in the game. Moss across the timeline. The Jayhawks on the brink of possible elimination and an early exit in this Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Dotson in for 2. Good. And it's 64-61, a one-possession game. Dotson's got 20, half of those coming in the paint, as you can see. 4:33 to go. Blackshear. And he is going to be, they're going to say traveling on Blackshear. So he walked with the basketball. 64-61. Head coach Michael White still very calm on the bench, not getting too uptight yet. We've seen some coaches who have paced the sideline. Neither Bill Self nor Mike White have done that here tonight or this afternoon, but we'll see if that continues to be the case as this game gets to crunch time. That's an interception by the Florida Gators. 4:15 to go, and they've got it. Nemhard. Gators basketball in a 3-point lead, and it's stolen by Dotson. So he's like, stole me on the other end, I'll steal you, and he puts it up and in. 64-63, 4:03 to go. Braun liking it on the Kansas bench. 1-point affair here in Omaha. Lock to Blackshear. Blackshear tipped around, and Kansas has it. So Kansas with 2 steals in consecutive possessions, and now they could take the lead on this one. Garrett to Moss. Moss inside to McCormick. McCormick up and good. Right over Locke. And it's 65-64. Kansas regains the lead, and the crowd going absolutely bonkers. Holy cow, they're standing and screaming like they've never seen it before. Blackshear, 13 to shoot. Gets it to Locke. Locke driving in the lane. Almost lost it, got it back, puts it up and no good. Rebound by the Kansas Jayhawks. The Jayhawks with a 1-point lead. Oh, well, the tides have changed here. The momentum clearly on the Jayhawks side. McCormick to Nabaji. Dribbling around. Out to Dotson in the corner. Dotson. That might be a 3. It doesn't matter. It's no good. Rebound by Blackshear. I was watching his feet intently to see where he shot that from. I believe that was a 3. Lock with it. Gets it to Nemhard. Nemhard, who's been virtually non-existent in this game. To Johnson for 2. No good, but a foul. It's going to be on Abaji, his first. He doesn't like it. He's saying that, look, I was just trying to make a play here. 2:28 to go. Kansas by 1. Things starting to get real interesting, aren't they, Bill Self? 65-64. 2:28 to go. A little smirk on Bill Self's face. He's like, I don't know about that call there, referee. Free throw up and good. Free throw by Keontae Johnson. 65-65. We have a tie game with 2:28 to go between the 1 seed and the 8 seed in the Midwest region. Man, oh man, oh man. You couldn't ask for a better game. Johnson at the line. Free throw, good, and it's 66-65. Kansas to bring it down. 2:25 to go. Every possession becoming crucial as these two teams try to extend their season. Hunter Baumgart with you from Omaha. Happy to be here and happy to bring you this great action between Kansas and Florida. Two storied schools. Dotson in the lane, kicks it out. 3, Good. He knew it right away. He started looking at the crowd right when he put up the ball, and it's 68-66. Kansas fans too nervous to stand up and cheer. They cheer loudly from sitting. Nemhard to Locke. Under 2 to play. Florida down 2. Locke at the line. Now backs it out to Johnson. Johnson up for 2. No good. Rebound by the Kansas Jayhawks. Arbanji gets the rebound. Who got that big 3 on the last possession. Garrett to Dotson. Now Kansas fans really getting into it here. Still sitting though. Making noise, but still sitting. Dotson to Moss for 3. That's huge. That is absolutely huge for Isaiah Moss and the Kansas Jayhawks. 71-66, and the Kansas Jayhawks are on a 12-2 run if memory serves. Florida with it. Nemhard. 1:12 to go. Florida find themselves down 5. This team made a comeback and was up 5 just a couple of minutes ago. Locke for 3. Oh, that's huge. And the Kansas Jayhawks with the rebound. They might be able to put it away. They get it to Garrett. Garrett will slow things down. Now he'll go in the lane, put it up for 2 and good. Made a move on the defender, and the Kansas Jayhawks, the fans can feel it. An exceptional run after the team was down 66-65. They went on an 8-0 run in like the last minute or 2. And it's 73-66. We'll keep it here for this timeout. 53 seconds left. Florida with the basketball and the timeout here, so they're going to need some quick baskets. Coming up next right here on YouTube, Duke Blue Devils, another storied school. They'll take on Stephen F. Austin in the 4-12 matchup there. Maryland and St. Mary's, the 3-6 matchup later tonight. Also Oregon and Indiana, San Diego State, and Penn State as well. All here on YouTube in the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Be sure to follow Live Sim Sports on Twitter for all of the action, or all of the scores, schedule, times, highlights, all that on the Live Sim Sports Twitter account. Both coaches coaching their teams hard, trying to tell them what to do in this last minute. You've got the blimp and everything here in Omaha. Look at that. All right, 73-66. Kansas, the 1 seed, beating the 8 seed Florida by 7. Looks like they might go on. Winner to play Michigan State coming up. Player of the game, Madoka Azubuike. He had 12 points, 6 for 8. Now, of course, he fouled out, so he has not played the last, I believe he fouled out early going in this 4th quarter. Nemhard with it for Florida. They've got to score, and they've got to score quick, and they've got to play good defense. That's what needs to happen here. It's crunch time. Blackshear 2, no good. Kansas the rebound. Isaiah Moss to Agbaji. He's going to drive. He's going to lose it and get it back. He puts it up for 2. Wild shot, no good. Rebound Florida. 30 seconds left. The Gators, looks like their season might just come to an end. They came all the way back, had the lead. 3 is good. 73-69. That 3 by Nemhard, who's been, like I said earlier, non-existent. Florida is going to foul here. Locke is going to foul. Dotson gets fouled. 73-69. They had a foul to give, so they'll inbound one more time here. They do get it in, and they'll foul. And Nemhard's 3rd personal. Let's see if that sends him to the line. Yeah, it will. So Dotson will go to the line. Either way, this will be a 2-possession game at the end of this possession, unless for some reason he misses and they get an offensive board. But you've got a shot here if you're Florida, if you can go down and get a quick 3, if Dotson makes both of these. But let's see what he does at the line. Devin Dotson, good. 74-69. Hunter Baumgart here with you in Omaha. I'm a play-by-play announcer from Wisconsin. Good to be with you. Dotson, good. 75-69. We have a timeout by the Gators. They want to just set the floor here. They'll get it. They'll advance the ball as well. 19.9 seconds left. We'll take a quick timeout. Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament on YouTube. Welcome back to the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. The Gators to inbound, down 6 to Kansas. They get it into Johnson. 16 seconds left. I'm guessing they need a 3 on this possession. They get it out for 3. No good. Rebound, Kansas. 9 seconds. And they foul, and that just might do it. The Kansas Jayhawks look like they are going to advance. Bill Self like, make your free throws. Don't count yourselves winners yet. But looks like the Kansas Jayhawks going to advance to play the Michigan State Spartans, and that will be a fantastic game. Of course, we've seen many great games between those two programs in recent history. Bill Self and Tom Izzo, two of the most iconic coaches in college basketball. Free throws up and good, and I think Florida's going to empty their bench here. A bunch of different folks in as the Gators season comes to an end. Dotson up and good. 77-69. The Gators with one more possession on the season. They finished 4th in the SEC, went 11-7 to the conference, and that is it. The Kansas Jayhawks are moving on to the round of 16. They beat the Florida Gators 77-69. They led early. They led by as many as 14 a couple of times. Florida came back. They led by 5 with about 4 minutes left, but Kansas with a big run at the end to take the win. 77-69 your final. Stay tuned. More Live Sim Sports action coming up next with the Duke Blue Devils taking on Stephen F. Austin in the 4-12 matchup right in just a couple of minutes. So stay tuned right here on YouTube. Once again, Hunter Baumgart from Omaha signing off. Kansas with a 77-69 victory over Florida. They'll play Michigan State coming up this week. So long, everybody. Stay positive.